Hi there, how's it going? It's Gingy from GaiaOnline. This video is going to be all about getting started with fishing. This is for more of the very beginners, so we're going to be going over the types of fish, the lakes, the statistics itself of fishing, the competition, and everything you're going to need to know in order to fish proficiently and, well, fish. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to really want to know about is bait itself. It is what allows you to actually go fishing and catch fish and get them into your inventory. And here we have the fishing store itself, and you don't really want to buy bait off of the marketplace because the market right now obviously is very overpriced. So here we have F bait, D bait, and A bait. These are all based off of worst to best. So F bait being the worst, you're going to catch more junk than anything else, and A bait being the best. Next, we can also talk about all the different rods. There's the basic rod, which is standard in everybody's inventory before you even begin to fish. Everybody has one. The distance, the strength, and the performance rod. And then there's the plus versions of them, which it's a lot better than just the bait, the regulars of them. So the basic is just going to have two straight lines. The distance has a more curved edge on the top, and it's also the longest casting. The strength rod has a shorter cast, but it is extremely good for pulling. So for instance, your boulders at Durham. And then the performance rod, which is a mix between the two, strength and distance. And there's also one other rod that you can get, which is the angelic rod, and in order to do that you have to have 75,000 fish caught, and this does in fact include junk. So since we are here, we can get started with the statistics. Right here on the first panel you can see that you have the 3 lakes: Bass Ken, Port of Gambino, and Durham Reclamation Facility. Each of them, it tells you how many buckets you've done, or the number of times you fished, the total amount of fish that you've caught from that lake, your total score, and the total amount of time you've spent fishing. So as you can see right here, we have our total fish. This is the actual fish, not the junk that you've caught. And then you have your total score below that. So as you can see, I only have 54,000 fish caught here, and then if you come into the statistics itself, you can come down here and you can see the amount of junk that you've caught as well, which is right here. And this is a little bit better look of all your statistics. It tells you every single type of fish that you've caught and how many of each that you have caught. So as you can see, I haven't fished very much at Bass Ken, but in Durham I've fished a lot, which is 33,000 fish. And then right here you see the last 3 months that you fished. So on May 16th it shows my Bass Ken fish and my score, my Gambino, and then my Durham. This month right here is when I got my gold. So you can tell that I haven't really done much by way of competition fishing because, well, I'm tired. I got maybe a max of 6 hours of sleep while I was doing that. So the next part of this is the 3 lakes themselves. This is what makes the world go round, and this is where you actually play the game itself. From easiest to hardest, it's Bass Ken, Port of Gambino, and Durham. If you're starting off, I absolutely recommend starting in Bass Ken. If you aren't new to gaming and you can move your mouse very quickly, then Port of Gambino might be better for you. But if you're absolutely basic, I would definitely recommend Bass Ken. And you can see these 3 things that pop up underneath of them. This is all to do with competition fishing. So it has the name of the fish, how easy they are, and the amount of points you will receive in that lake. So there's the score right there. this point matter right here will affect your score. So that has all 3 different lakes, and you can check this out on your own screens, and they're all here, and they're always here. And then at the very bottom, it has all the rares of every lake, as you can see. Me personally, I have caught 2. I've caught the Tutantino and the Bucking Bino. I have yet to catch the Chino, and a friend of mine actually caught it 2 days ago, and there he is right there. Jeff, you stole my Chino. I'm never going to forgive you. Just know that. Anyways, the next part I want to talk about is exchanging your fish. Once you've caught a good amount of fish, you can come here and you can exchange your fish into better fish or items themselves. So let me just highlight this a little bit. I don't think it's very easy to see. So the way this works is 10 small fish will go into 10 bigger fish, and then so on and so forth. So 10 medium fish would go into 10 large fish, and then 1,000 large fish can be turned into your rares. So the next part is the actual competition itself. Right here is everybody fishing for competition right now, whether they're not, like somebody all the way down at 50th probably isn't fishing for competition, but somebody up here absolutely is. The way I think about it is, if anybody is within the 15th spot, I consider them a threat, and I want to fish more than them because they are probably looking to get past 10. So the trophies that you can get are the overall, which currently Lady Sunaru is in. She is top of the leaderboard in overall, and there is only one overall trophy. It is the best of the best of the best of this month currently, and people like to snipe out the top spot about 5 or 4 days before the competition ends. So right now it's the 29th, and everybody's starting to actually show what scores they actually have. But there is only one overall trophy, and who was ever in first gets it. As for the 3 lakes, it is the top 10 that actually receive their trophies. So for instance, from 10 to 3, you get a bronze trophy. Back in the day, I honestly thought it was just the 3rd spot that gets a bronze trophy. It is the top 10. 10 through 3 that get the bronze trophy. In silver, you have to be 2nd. And then of course, obviously, for first, you get the gold. And this goes for all 3 lakes, not just one. And then same thing with junk. Top 10 to 3, you get a bronze. The 2nd position, you get a silver, and in the gold, you get the gold trophy. So that's pretty much how the competition fishing works. There are a bunch of threads on the forums, which we can pop over to right now, that talk about competition fishing, and a bunch of other strategies and such, like filtering, for instance, which I plan on making a tutorial on how to do that very soon. Look out for it. This is probably the biggest thread so far, besides Gaiden's fishing guide, which we can pop over to that next. That's got a lot more information as well. This is where you want to report your rare fish, and tons of people flock here every day to see if somebody's caught a rare fish. Currently, all the rares seem to be popping up at Port of Gambino. There's been, I think, 6 or 7 this month so far. But actually, there's a few of them that are in Durham. That's pretty neat. But yeah, my friend right here has caught 2 this month, and absolutely, everybody's absolutely astounded. So we can pop over to that real quick and take a look. So you can see your first look at what a rare fish actually looks like when you catch one. So I believe this is his charging chino that he has caught. Once this thing loads up. Come on. You can do it. Alright, whatever. I'll probably put a screenshot of it up on the screen for you guys instead of showing you that. The next part is the fishing guide from Gaiden. This is a very helpful thread, and I sometimes go to it just to brush up on everything. This has a lot more information than what I can put in a video, but it goes over every single thing about fishing that you need to know more than this. So I will put that link in the description. It even tells you the items available for that fish if you have enough for them for trading. And it goes through all the fish, and it even goes through all the rare fish of that lake, which is nice. So there's one more part of this that I do want to go over before we end off this video, and I will come right back with that. Okay, so the last part of this video I wanted to get into is actually in the fishing room itself. So as you can see, I have one fish left, and I'll quickly catch this, and a CAPTCHA will pop up. Well, it used to be a CAPTCHA. The fishing game itself actually went down for about a year, and there were a ton of people mad about it. Same goes for me as well, and a bunch of forum threads popped up, you know, get rid of the CAPTCHAs because they were always breaking. And finally we come down to this thing right here, and the way you want to get past it is just put in some random stuff, submit, and then you're done. It's just that easy. I saw a bunch of people posting about it, you know, how to fish and finish your bucket itself, and that is how you do it. So I thank you all for watching this, and the next video I will post is how to filter all 3 lakes. So I hope to see you there.